At that time, it's normal. Today, it's scandal. I don't really want to think about it. Electronic shock against homosexuality and hysterics as a diagnosis, or the operation with no anesthesis. This type of practical handling by the medical work has been gone, thankfully, to be outdated. They were removed, right? Earlier, these type of formal trades were indeed accepted as normal, and they were practiced, even actually to be treated as good enough for a Nobel Prize. Today, these would all be scandal if they would ever be conducted. I don't really need to think about it. You want me to actually do it? I already actually have done that. I'm not lying. Because Nadia is a 34-year-old, and in her homeland, Russia, there is a little tiny recognition for her. The reason is that she is a female trucker. And in Russia, approximately less than 2 dozens of truckers throughout the entire country. The reason why is the health condition of the women would actually be endangered if one works as a truck driver in Russia that has been officially allowed for men only. The population truly reacts to this exotic works by looking into the work who's been steering the wheel with the mixed feeling between surprise and unstoppable skepticism. In Russia, with approximately 145 million residents, there will only exist 2 dozens of women as truckers who have been actually working to be paid off to maintain their living as truck drivers behind the steering wheel. Not because there would actually be less qualified appliers as applicants in the country, rather because of the labor law that considers this job too dangerous for any women to practice for their living. Because of that specified law, considering and categorizing the driving works as a trucker would it be too dangerous for women, there would be almost no workers in the industry throughout the entire Russian country. Even with the 145 million residents in the whole world of Russia, there only exist approximately 2 dozens of women as truckers for a living. That's it. I've already actually mentioned it. I repeated. Then, several female Russian drivers literally pushed themselves over the taboo and of prohibition, literally carried their logistics by moving their wheels behind the wheel to claim the commanding bore at their truck, just like Natasha. She is a 34-year-old, and she lives with her husband Andrea and a daughter Victoria in St. Petersburg. Starting from 10 years, she actually drives a truck, LKW, not Ladenkraftwagen, right? And the passageway would be wrong, right? The actual payment depends on approximately how many kilometers she operates her coverage to be remunerated, and she normally covers enormous strength and distance. On average, Natasha earns approximately €1,000 per month, to be rounded up. And she's very proud of her job, and I really liked it. And that this is, much more meaningful than average worker to receive the average payment in Russia because of her pride in the job. And meanwhile, Nasha uh, rather hopes to make off one's own job by finding new displacement or change of job, because she really likes to travel far distance. Whenever she stay in the house more than 2 weeks or 2 weeks, then this would actually be too boring. She just would like to go further. She just really wants to actually create a change of the scenery by being on the road as a part of their job. She actually wants to go further. She loves the change through the job that's been operated by her. When Nasha is under the way, normally her husband takes over the house care role and takes care of a child and operates our house care work. And also Julia operates one's own occupation as a driver of a 15-ton truck professionally. These truckers in Russia, with the exotic status they have, already take off one's own work, with the practical consequences after that for this 30-year-old. And she must, when she would like to drop by to take a shower at the stop rest center, then she actually would share the shower cabinets, because there would actually be no proper discretion for the sanitary rules or standards for women by keeping the privacy for women. When she wants to drop by the shower booth, she really needs to share it together with the male co-workers, because there would be no proper recognition for work. Ree actually shows up two unusual far distance driving truckers as women who actually set the new rule by being a trendsetter throughout the Russia by transporting tons of substances and goods traversing the land. She must, when she would like to take a shower at the station, by sharing the cabinets together, because there would actually be no sanitary spot for women, reserved for women, separated from male co-workers. There would exist no proper shower booth or stalls or area reserved only for female privacy.